how would you see science could benefit towards spiritual enlightenment or just awakening for people, or how could it also be harmful? So there's always like the two sides.
It depends on how open-minded someone is. You can find scientists that are very rigid in their beliefs of material reality and energetic reality, and they're not really ready to expand that view very much. And then there's other scientists who actually realize, oh, there is a lot more than we thought here, and we may have to rethink some very fundamental things, which is not an easy thing to do. And we may have to even change the questions that we're asking. Yeah, like the idea that consciousness was always seen as an effect of the brain. Somehow the brain brings forth self-awareness. Now, in recent research, they are finding more and more indication that it's the other way around, that the brain is rather a receiver of consciousness. A conscious field that pervades all is being subjectified, individualized by a material brain. Much in the same way as a TV set picks up a broadcast that is ubiquitous within the range of the antenna, but without the TV set, we're not aware that it's there. And if the TV set is set to the wrong frequency, we're still not aware of what is being broadcasted. Now, as the brain is a very complex organ that is still not fully understood, people are still open for new ideas, for new findings. And it is certainly a cutting-edge idea to have the opposite setup of receiver and transmitter than what was currently believed, what was commonly believed. But it is nonetheless possible to transcend these previous scientific findings, which has always happened. It was in 1900 that Lord Kelvin, the namesake of the temperature unit, was actually saying physics has found all that was to be found. Now we can only keep measuring more and more precisely. And then a few years later, Einstein comes along with relativity. So everything was thrown back up into the air. And that was a scientific moment of a major paradigm shift. And quantum mechanics made it even worse, we could say. So most people don't even understand what either relativity or quantum mechanics mean. And it is not required in order to be a spiritual practitioner. But it is helpful because we recognize how many of the spiritual teachings are very compatible with those findings of the deeper scientific descriptions of the universe. And the mind, as we grew up in a scientific world, likes to get such descriptions, likes to have explanations that are scientifically sound, because then we can rest assured that this is not some hocus pocus belief system that we're subscribing to. Yeah? So finding the modern scientists that are open-minded, that are ideally even spiritual practitioners, that are able to take the numbers from the sheet of paper and match them against their experience in meditation, we actually find a readiness of the mind to follow such an approach because it feels comfortable. It is safe, according to all the safeguards that we have installed over our lives, and yet it is going beyond science. It is at least entertaining the thought temporarily as an experiment that there could be something more than matter and energy and the brain and even the mind. And then when we practice making first-hand experiences, we realize, yes, there is more, and there's always more, and there is so much more that we have no words for it.